Welcome to Access Channel Comics. Today, a review of the DC Universe. Well, in this week in news, DC had a lot of hot news, such as almost 2 weeks ago now, Suicide Squad opened at the box office to some very impressive numbers. Warner Brothers announced a Man of Steel 2 sequel in development. Aquaman had a villain announced. And the DC television universe had some announcements themselves that look very forward to. So let's go on and kick into it. Suicide Squad set an August record opening Thursday evening with 20.5 million. The next day on Friday, 65 million, and overall weekend gross of over 130 million worldwide. It surpassed Guardians of the Galaxy's box office record and is still going to a second weekend strong. It was not received critically well, but it received very financially well. Then Warner Brothers made an announcement of a Man of Steel 2. Keep in mind, Man of Steel 2 was kind of put on the back burner, but they're moving forward with that. We'll get to see Henry Cavill don the cape and suit again in a solo Superman movie. However, just imagine, they may have some cameos from maybe other DC characters, possibly from some other Justice League members. It would be very interesting. But who would you like to see the villain in this film? There are a lot of cool villains Superman actually could use. Brainiac being a top choice, possibly number one. Think about a character such as Mongol in the War World. Think about a character such as Parasite or Metallo. Who do you think will be the villain in this Superman movie? Or will there be co-villains? A main villain and a kind of a side villain. Now, let's take a look at other things. Aquaman. Aquaman's villain was announced. Black Manta. Now, I must admit, I was surprised at this because I thought it would say Black Manta for later. However, I am very happy about this. Black Manta is one of my favorite villains in all of comics books, and also just not only DC, but of all of comic books. He is Aquaman's Joker. Now, for many of you may not know, and some of you may know, that means that's his own worst enemy, just as the Joker is to Batman. Now, going into that, there's a lot of deep cut history between these two. Aquaman mistakenly killed Black Manta's father, and Black Manta killed Aquaman's baby and killed his father purposely. So there's a lot of history when it comes to these two. So it'll be interesting to see the way that it goes. I can't wait to see that go down. Now, in the DC television side, as we know, last season Barry shook things up with the Flash. So we can expect to see some different things from the Flashpoint. The Flashpoint would not last the whole season. And I'm really glad about that. We don't want to wear that out, but it'd be very interesting to see where they go with all this in the DC television universe. Dolph Lundgren will be making an appearance on Arrow in season 5, from my understanding, in Russian flashbacks, and that would be a great head nod to Rocky IV, seeing that he played one of the most famous Russians in movie history, Ivan Drago. Now, going over to the Supergirl, it would be very interesting because, as you know, Martian Manhunter is on the show, John Jones, but now his niece is coming, Miss Marcia. Now, keep in mind, many of you may know Miss Marcia from the Young Justice television series, so that'll be very interesting. So, out of the news this week with DC Comics, what are you looking forward to the most? Are you looking very forward to Suicide Squad some more? The news of a Man of Steel 2 in development? The news about Aquaman's main villain being Black Manta? Or are you looking forward to more of the stuff in the DC television universe side? Put your comments at the bottom. Also, click that subscribe button to keep this channel going. And remember, at Access Channel Comics, we encourage you to also be good to yourself and good to others. You have also the other links to follow on the screen. And remember, most of all, Access Channel Comics, there are many, there are few, but we also recognize that there are none like you.